So it turns out that the things I was doing to keep myself healthy and in shape were actually some of the worst things that I could be doing for myself as a post-menopausal woman over the age of 50. And nobody tells us these things. I have always considered myself to be a relatively healthy person. I've always thought that I've been pretty active, eat pretty clean, and I've had those times with the ebbs and flows of my weight, but I always knew exactly what I needed to do to get myself back on track. However, over the past 5 years or so, not only were those things not working for me, they actually seemed to be working against me. I would start eating healthy, working out, doing all the things, and actually gain weight. I even at one point tried a GLP medication. Not a GLP medication. I actually have tried just about all of the GLP medications. Tried Ozempic, it just made me sick, lost absolutely no weight. Tried Zepbound and gained 7 pounds. And I was just about ready to give up until I started doing the research. And I really don't want any of you to have to go what I've been through. So let's talk about it. And y'all know from time to time, I'm probably going to be referring to my notes because I can't remember all this stuff. But y'all need to grab a pen and a pad, your notebook, your laptop, whatever it is, because these are going to be some nuggets that you definitely don't want to forget. And before we go any further, for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Stay Hall, and this is Style and Substance Over 50 with Stay. And for my returning lifer tribe, welcome back, y'all. This conversation is going to be deep. So, like I said, I have always tried to do my best to stay healthy, to eat clean, to keep my weight at a certain level. And I've been pretty successful with it throughout my life. I've had some times where I've gained a little bit of weight, never needed to lose more than maybe 15, 20 pounds. And here are the things that I used to do back then. Keto was really big for me. I would cut out just about all carbs. I was eating meat, a lot of fat, and it would work. The weight would either drop off or stay off depending on where I was in the journey. I was doing the bulletproof coffee. I was doing the MCT oil. Always worked fine for me. Didn't mess with my digestive system, and it kind of kept me where I wanted to be. I was able to maintain lean muscle. Everything was great. Another thing that I was really big on was cardio. I would run. I was training for a marathon when I first started the channel back in 2018. And yes, y'all, I have been in these YouTube streets a long time. But I was training for a marathon. That's over 20 miles. And I got up to, now the marathon, I didn't end up running the marathon. It ended up getting canceled due to COVID. But I did get to the point where I was running up to 17 miles once a week, training every single day. And I was super thin and in great shape. But back then, I think I was probably about 45 years old or so. Another thing that I did that worked great for me was the OMAD fasting, 1 meal a day. So I would wake up in the morning, I would have my bulletproof coffee probably around 7 o'clock in the morning, and then I would not eat anything until like 3, and then I would finish eating by like 7 or so. Worked fine for me. Kept the weight off. Well, COVID ended up happening. I stopped training and I started gaining back some weight. And I probably stayed in a rut for maybe 2.5 years doing that whole COVID thing. And the weight came back on slowly but surely. So that was the good thing. I was in pretty good shape. I guess I had gotten my metabolism working pretty well for me. And so the weight didn't come on like overnight. It was gradual, but I realized we got 2.5, 3 years after the onset of COVID, because I hate to say after COVID because COVID's still going on. I know somebody who got COVID right now. But 3 years after the height of the pandemic, I realized over that span, I had gained about 35 pounds, much to my chagrin. But I decided, okay, you know what to do, girl. And so I went back to those things. I started doing the cardio, walking every day, running all day, getting on my treadmill, started back to the 1 meal a day, went back to strict keto. Scale wasn't budging. My digestive system was terrible. I was constipated. And then if I wasn't constipated, I was dealing with the opposite issue, but never was feeling good. I started noticing changes in my skin. Like a lot of things started changing, but none of them in a good way. So what did I do? I started eating even less. Then I decided, okay, maybe I need to do more cardio. So instead of just walking or running 3 times a week, I upped it to 5 times a week. Still no change. There were weeks when I would gain weight and I'm like, I have barely eaten anything. So then I decided, okay, maybe I'll do the every other day type of fasting where I'll only do liquids one day and then I'll eat the next day. Started to gain weight. Was feeling horrible, started to get very fatigued, had no idea what was going on. So I go to my doctor. We have the conversation. I have blood work done. She then tells me I'm pre-diabetic. So with the pre-diabetes, she's like, you know what? Maybe we could go ahead and try one of the GLP-1 medications. So like I told you, we tried those. Nothing worked. Can y'all believe I gained 7 pounds in my first month of Zepbound? Like, it was crazy. And when you talk about digestive issues, I would sometimes go 5 and 6 days without being able to have a bowel movement. So I'm gaining weight. I'm always bloated. I'm extremely uncomfortable. Of course, that is going to take a toll on your mood, your attitude, and it just started to drive me crazy. And when my clothes stopped fitting, that was really like the last straw for me because y'all know I love my clothes. The name of the channel, Style and Substance Over 50. I hate that. And then I'm also the type of person that I'm not so much into being thin. That doesn't really bother me. It's more about just my body type and my shape. Like if I could be a nice curvy girl and look good and be healthy, I wouldn't care about my weight. It's just that for me, the way my body's set up, I don't have an hourglass figure. I am straight up and down, more of an athletic build. So when I gain weight, the places that I gain weight just make me look very poorly shaped, ill built, as me and my friends call it. And so my clothes didn't look good and they were too tight. And you know, it was that thing putting on my pants. And when I take them off at the end of the evening, my waist is itching because my circulation had been cut off all day. And so I just decided there has to be a way. There is no way that this is how my life is going to be for the rest of my life. And so I decided to do some research. And when I did my research, I made sure to be very specific about who I was researching for. Meaning, I did research for how to lose weight as a woman over 50, as a Black woman over 50, because some things are different DNA, genetically, depending on, you know, your race and your ethnicity. How to lose weight as a Black woman over 50 in post-menopause. How to lose weight as a Black woman over 50 who had a full hysterectomy at 35. Like, I just went down this rabbit hole of very, very detailed research. And the things that I found out, y'all, were game-changing and mind-blowing at the same time. And I want to share those with you. The first thing that I found out, which my husband was telling me for a while, but you know, we don't be listening to them. And y'all see I got my little fan over here because, again, I'm a woman over 50. But the first thing that I found out is that I wasn't eating enough. And that the type of fasting that I was doing was not conducive for where I was in this stage of life. Hormones and all of that. The 1 meal a day, the eating every other day, was putting my body into starvation mode and causing me to retain the weight. I realized that I didn't need to wait to eat until 3 o'clock. I needed to eat within 30 minutes of waking up. Very, very difficult for me to wrap my brain around because I hadn't eaten breakfast or eaten before noon in years, let alone doing that on a regular basis, because on most days I didn't eat until like 3 o'clock. The other thing that I found out was I needed to not only eat first thing in the morning, but it needed to be protein, stacking my protein, and that I needed at least 1 ounce of protein for half of my body weight. Crazy to me. I also found out that all the cardio I was doing was putting too much stress on my body and causing me to have a high cortisol level, which is that hormone, that stress hormone that causes us to get that cortisol belly and retain that weight in our midsection. Our body is stressed out in the morning. I also found out that the running was not good for the impact on my knees and my bones, and that I needed to be doing more weight training, because doing the cardio and the fasting, even if I were to lose weight, I was losing mainly muscle mass. And so I might be skinny, but I was going to be weak. I also found out that I needed to start taking creatine every single day to be able to build that healthy muscle. And another great thing about creatine for women of our age is it also helps us with our brain and cognitive function. Creatine is something that I heard of years ago from my youngest son, Ian, who is a college athlete. And I was scared to death when he first told me he was taking creatine, because to me, it was like a steroid. I don't know what made me think that. I don't even know what I knew about creatine or where I heard that, but I was so nervous for him. I'm like, are you sure that's okay for you to take? It's not like that pre-workout, is it? It's not a steroid. And he's like, no, Mom, creatine is good. And he's like, my trainer told me I should take it. But I always felt weird about it. Well, come to find out, not only was the creatine good for him, it was even better for me. And I even feel like my aging parents should be taking creatine. Creatine helps you with your muscles. Creatine helps you with your brain function. So I started taking creatine. So many things I found out. I needed to start lifting weights and lifting heavy weights, but I also realized that I was working out too long. I don't need these hour-long, hour-and-a-half workouts. Again, putting too much stress on my body. So probably about a month ago, I just adopted a whole new regimen. I went out, bought protein shakes. I got my creatine powder. I got some dumbbells for the house. I started going to the gym at the club, using the weight room, because that's another thing. I had started going to the gym before and was going to the different classes. All those classes are not what we need. It's too much stress on our body. We don't need all that high impact, heavy cardio. And I just started doing things different. It was almost like everything I was doing, I needed to do the opposite. And so I got the weights. I started looking up workouts, weightlifting for women in post-menopause over 50, dumbbell routines, looking up all this stuff. Got with ChatGPT, came up with a plan, and y'all, just in 1 month, 11 pounds dropped just like that. And not only did the 11 pounds drop, I started noticing a difference in how my body looked. And that's what I learned. It wasn't just about losing the weight. It was more about body composition. And I must say, in the very beginning, like maybe the first 10 days or so, my weight would fluctuate and I was starting to get nervous, because after the first like maybe 2 days, I gained 3 pounds. And I'm like, oh my gosh, here we go. I can't do this. This creatine, this protein, I'm eating too much. It's making me gain weight. But then in like 8 days, I was down 8 pounds. And so you have to be patient, because I say just like that because compared to the 2 years or so I had been trying to lose it, to be able to do that in a month was really quick. But there were ups and downs during that month. But what I noticed is, even when the scale might have said I gained 2 or 3 pounds, my clothes still fit better. I still could see the definition starting to come in my arms. I could still tell that my waistline was starting to get thinner. And so even though it made me a little nervous, I still had to have that voice in my head saying, girl, you look fine. Why are you worried about that number? You can see in the mirror, you can feel in your clothes that your body is changing. And that's something that we have to kind of disassociate ourselves from, that number on the scale, and pay more attention to how we feel and how we look and how our clothes feel. And I know it's difficult, because if you're anything like me, it's like you have a set number in your head and this is what you're supposed to weigh. And so I had to let go of that. Like, my goal weight has even changed, because I'm not caring that much about the number anymore. I've noticed that I'm a lot stronger. I started this off with like 5-pound dumbbells. Now there's a lot of, y'all. Now there's a lot of stuff that I can do with like 30-pound dumbbells. And it's amazing. I wake up every morning and I do some kind of protein within the first 30 minutes. Some mornings, if it's a busy morning and I have a meeting I have to get to, I just get one of my protein shakes. I love the Fairlife protein shakes. They are 30 grams of protein. I'll add my creatine powder to it, shake it up, drink it in the car on the way. If I have a slower morning, then I'll make myself some eggs and I'll do a piece of like whole wheat toast. And that's the thing too. I need carbs. I need something for my body to burn. And so where I was eating no carbs, I was doing my body a disservice. I needed fiber to keep myself from being constipated. Like, it is so crazy, y'all. But it just goes right in line with everything else that I talk about. The fact that as we move to our next tier, because we're not getting older, we're just seasoned and we're moving up in tiers, things change. And the way I thought about it, it's like, yeah, it's like that from the beginning of life. We just don't think about it the same way. But when a baby is first born, a baby is only drinking formula or mother's milk. For how long before we start introducing foods? And when we start introducing foods, we're going to soft foods first and then more solid foods, and things start to change. And it's going to be like that throughout our entire life. Our bodies change, and so it's going to take different things to fuel our bodies. And the same things that fueled our bodies as a baby are not going to fuel our bodies as a teenager. The same thing that fueled our body as a teenager is not going to fuel our body as a young adult, and then as a more seasoned adult. And so I realized that's just the whole thing as far as life and growth and development. And for some reason, when we get to be a certain age, those things scare us, when really it's no different than what we've always done. You reach the next tier, now it's time to do something different. None of us would be able to survive doing the same things, eating the same things that we have since the day we were born. And so I'm so glad that I didn't give up on myself. I'm so glad that I decided to do some research, because it was so frustrating to me. And I just knew, though, there was just something in my spirit that told me, you can figure this out. You don't have to settle for this. There is a way. You just have to be patient and you have to do your research. And once I did the research, then I had to convince myself that I needed to trust the process. It may not happen overnight. It may feel a little different. It may take some getting used to, but I had to trust the process. Because like I said, the first week or so it was scary because the scale did climb up just a little bit. And when you're already to your max, the last thing you want to see is 3 more pounds. And 3 more pounds might not sound like a lot, but when you're already at your heaviest weight, you don't want to see anything but a decline. But I did my research, and a lot of what I read, a lot of what I listened to warned that, look, it may seem like you're gaining weight, but the whole thing, muscle weighs more than fat. And then the creatine causes your body to hold on to fluid, and it might take a while for your body to be completely saturated with that and for the fluid to go into the muscles the way it's supposed to. Like, the things that I read and watched, y'all, were mind-blowing, and I definitely would advise all of you, because I'm not a medical professional. I'm just sharing with y'all my experience. But get on YouTube, go to the library, go to Barnes and Nobles, and do that detailed research about health and fitness and wellness for exactly who you are. And I know this channel is mainly geared towards a seasoned woman over 50, but what I also realize is there's certain things that you need to be doing in your 20s. There's certain things that you need to be doing in your 30s. None of this stuff is just cookie cutter that is gonna work for you your entire life. I read some things and watched some things from women who have been in the health and fitness industry their entire lives. And they too realized that once they hit a certain age, what they had been teaching for years was no longer working for them. And so there are different things that we need to do, different ways that we need to eat, different supplements that we need to take in different phases of our lives to support the bodies that we have now. And I am so happy to be able to report that things are going well. I'm feeling better. I'm looking better. My clothes are fitting better. And this regimen is working for me. But guess what? If I get to a point maybe when I'm 65 and things aren't working quite as well, now I know that there are resources and there's information out there that's going to speak specifically to the woman that I am then. And so I want us to realize that we are ever changing. Our bodies are ever changing, and it's okay. Just don't give up. The information is out there, and you can find out exactly what it is that's going to work for you. So hopefully I didn't ramble too much. I never did have to look at my notes, and I don't believe I forgot anything, and that's because I'm so excited about this. So hopefully I didn't ramble too much and you were able to get some nuggets. But if nothing else you got from this video, I just want you to know that there's always a way. And all you have to do is just take some time and do some research. So thank you all for watching. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. I'm excited to continue this journey because I'm not done. I'm just now getting started, but I definitely wasn't going to keep the information to myself. And so we can all go on this journey together, because the key is to have the best quality of life as possible as we go into these different tiers of life. And so y'all know the drill. I love and appreciate each and every one of you to bits and pieces. If you're new to the channel and you liked what you heard, please consider hitting that subscribe button and becoming a permanent part of this tribe. And for my already Lifer Tribe members, go ahead and hit that like button and then share with a friend. And everybody, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss any new content. And as always, love one another and always be kind, but don't forget to live your life. LYFE. Love yourself first explicitly. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.